Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time zone you're in. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior. It is December the 30th. This is the last show of 2024. That's sad, but the good news is we have 2025 and season 6 coming up, and everybody's excited about season 6, which is probably going to be our best season ever. So stay tuned for season 6 coming up starting next Monday. And guess who's going to lead us off for the new season? But Huey Popluck and his new computer is just a humming, and he's got all sorts of energy, and it's going to be a great show next week, right, Huey? Unmute yourself. Anyway,
Why? Yeah, I got two stories or two bits that I'm going to do based on my prognosis today, or not prognosis, but my predictions.
very, very good. Just to let everyone know that we are now back in the saddle for our Thursday show. So don't forget, we'll all be there this Thursday, having a good time and going over all the exciting news that's happened. We missed a week, so that will be exciting. Lots of news in the that's happened. A lot of tech news. So if you haven't been there, or you Bob said the other day, he said, I had so much time Thursday morning, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I said, yeah, I just did breakfast for Tan. I said I had to make sandwiches for lunches and get everyone out the door to go skiing. I said, I'm busy. And anyway, so that's there we go. So anyway, we'll look forward to our Thursday show this week, and that should be fun. Today, of course, is a special day that we are going to, what we're going to do today is something we've done for the past actually 5 years, is that we are going to challenge the experts to find out if they really know the future, if they know, if they can predict what's going on this coming year in 2025. And some of them are good. Some of them, we have a rock star in our midst, someone really, really, really smart. They got the predictions pretty much on. Some not so good. So we'll have a look and see who did better, who did worse, and everyone gets to bear their soul. And we will, of course, next year we'll find out how accurate they are. So that's what our show is today. It's going to be a fun time. And we've got everyone here today. Let's just say hello. Huey, you're all ready for next week?
Yep. Oh, I got
Excellent.
to do my video, but I know what I'm going to do.
Okay, great, good. Just let
That's
everyone
half the
know, by the
battle.
yeah, we do have our premiere version today. Our video is three selections as usual. Maurice Scaglione, Apple ID Explained. Maurice did a show for us last year, and so it was really good. And so if you are having trouble logging on with your Apple device, um, this he'll explain all about Apple ID. I'm going to talk about how technology can help seniors be better drivers. And Huey's going to explain those modems and routers. What's the difference, and what's the difference between a modem and a router, and how they work together. Excellent video that he did. Though that will be coming, of course, at half past the hour. And for those of you who are wondering what the link is, if you watched our Saturday newsletter, you will, of course, see that the link is in there and how to find all the information. And we want to thank again the sponsors of our newsletter. We have, of course, three sponsors. The Central Florida Computer Society, of course, doesn't exist anymore. So we do have an option, an opportunity. Now, this is a big opportunity for someone to come and sponsor that third spot. I'm sure that Geeks on Tour will continue on with that great exposure they had this year. They'll probably be continuing on. And we've just got confirmation that the Glendora Computer Club will be continuing their sponsorship. They're all, thanks Anne Marie so much. So let me just tell you that this spot opening up is a big deal. So first come, first serve. Let me know. Just send me an email and I'll confirm that. So if you know of anybody who wants to sponsor that third spot, just let us know. All right, and the next, Bob, you've got your 2025 background up there. Are you all ready for 2025?
I have been for a while already.
You're always 2 steps ahead of everybody, right?
I'm trying to beat Mother Nature. I'm ready for 2025. I'm ready for 2030 if it'll have me.
Very good. Ray, you're I know we're not going to ask Ray to talk a lot because Ray has laryngitis and he's only got 3 minutes of his voice left. So we just smile. There you go. Give us a smile and we'll just take that. Do you have anything you want to say quickly?
Just that my voice is a little bit different today. It's not, I don't know if it's laryngitis, just a bad cold. I rarely get sick, but last couple of days have not been good. So if I'm quiet today, you'll know why.
All right. And of course, we have Bill James. Bill, he's going to be reporting this year on the big skyscraper going up in front of his house. It'll be the tallest one. He's going to send a drone over there and watch as they're building this, right, Bill?
Right. Yeah. I'm still waiting. I have to find the location. I haven't been able to locate that area
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
I was driving through town last night. I was looking, I said, where are they going to put this? I mean, it's unbelievable. We'll have to see.
Yeah, the tallest building in the United States. Interesting. And then, of course, Chris and Jim have a big announcement. I'm not going to say anything about that because I imagine you want to make the announcement either on your show or sometime in the future, but I'm not going to say anything. But other than their lives are going to change big time this year, but I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that in the future. But anyway, welcome. We're welcoming you back and hopefully we'll see what your predictions are. And Jim, I included you in our list as well, so we'll see what you have to say as well, okay?
Got it.
Got it? All right. Okay, Bob, let's take it away.
Here is my tech talk for the week ending December 27th, 2024. And this week's topic, machine customers, the AI revolution that's redefining how we live, shop, and work. Imagine waking up to a world where your coffee maker orders its own beans when it detects a low supply. Your fridge texts the grocery store to replenish your milk. And your car schedules its own service appointment, all without you lifting a finger. Sounds like science fiction. It's not. This is the world of machine customers. And it's not just coming, it's already here. Intrigued? Let's dive in because this topic has the potential to reshape not just how we interact with technology, but how business runs and economies function. What exactly are machine customers? Machine customers are automated systems powered by artificial intelligence that interact with businesses and services on behalf of their human owners. Think of them as autonomous agents, machines that make decisions, conduct transactions, and even negotiate terms without direct human oversight. While this might sound complex, you've probably already encountered basic examples of it. Ever had a chatbot solve your customer service issue? That's a machine customer in action, representing you in the digital world. But this concept goes far beyond chatbots. Imagine AI-driven platforms autonomously selecting the best energy provider for your home based on your usage patterns, or a smart thermostat that negotiates electricity prices during off-peak hours. These systems aren't just passive tools. They're active participants in economic exchanges. Why should you care? At first glance, this might seem like just another layer of convenience, but the implications are enormous. Machine customers are transforming industries, reshaping consumer behavior, and forcing businesses to innovate or risk obsolescence. Efficiency on steroids. Machine customers operate 24/7 without breaks or fatigue. They can sift through mountains of data, analyze trends, and make decisions faster than any human. Whether it's optimizing supply chains, managing stock portfolios, or automating your home's grocery shopping. These systems bring a level of precision and efficiency that's simply unmatched. Personalization like never before. Ever felt like online ads are reading your mind? That's just the tip of the iceberg. With AI systems acting on your behalf, businesses can offer hyper-personalized experiences tailored to your specific needs and habits. Your machine customer might soon decide which streaming service offers the best lineup based on your viewing history, or which airline offers the cheapest, most comfortable flights for your vacation. Economic disruption. With machine customers taking over routine purchases and decision-making, businesses must adapt to serve not just humans, but also AI systems. This changes everything from marketing strategies to product design. After all, an AI algorithm doesn't care about flashy ads. It cares about raw data and optimal value. Industries already embrace machine customers. Machine customers aren't just a concept. They're actively being integrated into various sectors. Here's how. Retail and e-commerce. Online shopping giants are leveraging AI systems to automatically reorder items for customers. Subscriptions for essentials like detergent or dog food are increasingly managed by algorithms that ensure you never run out. Customer service. AI chatbots, like the ones you encounter on websites, are handling millions of interactions every day. They resolve issues, upsell products, and even provide emotional support in some cases. They're not just cheap labor, they're fast, scalable, and improving constantly. Finance. Automated training systems are dominating global markets, making split-second decisions to maximize profits. On the consumer side, personal finance apps now include AI-driven investment advisors that manage portfolios based on user preferences. Healthcare. From scheduling appointments to monitoring chronic conditions, machine customers are stepping in to streamline care. Devices like wearables don't just track your health, they make recommendations and even place orders for medications. Opportunities and challenges. The rise of machine customers brings tremendous opportunities, but it's not without challenges. Opportunities. Unprecedented convenience. No more forgetting to pay bills or running out of essentials. Your AI has it covered. Cost savings. Automation often means reduced operational costs for businesses, which could lead to lower prices for consumers. Accessibility. Machine customers can help bridge gaps, making services more accessible to people with disabilities or those in remote areas. Challenges. Data privacy and security. With AI systems handling sensitive tasks, the potential for misuse or hacking grows. Who's responsible if your smart fridge accidentally orders $10,000 worth of caviar? Employment shifts. As automation handles more tasks, job in customer service, retail, and other industries could be displaced. How will society adapt? Bias and ethics. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on. Poorly designed algorithms could perpetuate biases or make unethical decisions. What's next? The future of machine customers is an exciting frontier. As these systems become smarter and more autonomous, they will likely take on even more complex roles, from managing our finances to negotiating contracts. However, this evolution also calls for stricter regulations, more robust cybersecurity measures, and a global conversation about how we coexist with these digital intermediaries. The rise of machine customers is not just a technological shift, it's a societal one. It challenges our notions of trust, agency, and what it means to be a consumer. Will we embrace the convenience, or will we push back against a world where machines call the shots? The choice is ours. You'll find the video used in today's Tech Talk at the link listed. Did you know? The FCC does not actively monitor or censor broadcast media in the United States. The cases you hear of fines being levied against companies or obscene or indecent content happen after the fact, when a sufficient number of people have filed complaints and the event has been investigated. Phantom vibration syndrome is the name for when someone thinks their phone is vibrating, but it isn't. The Titanic wreckage was discovered during a top-secret mission to search for sunken nuclear submarines. There are an estimated 3 million shipwrecks around the world, some dating back to thousands of years ago. Just thought you might like to know. I have seen what a laugh can do. It can transform almost unbearable tears into something bearable, even hopeful, thanks to Bob Hope. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into line. You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world, thanks to Lucille Ball. And that's a wrap for this week's Tech Talk and Beyond. Stay safe, stay secure, have a very happy New Year, and I'll see you again next year and next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.
Well, thanks so much, Bob. We are going to move quickly now into our predictions. Now, how this is going to go, for those of you who have been here for 5 years, we're going to do it the same as we always do, but we want to move it fairly quickly. So I'm going to ask that the people who are going to be presenting sort of know the order, and so that we can move on quickly. I'm going to first play what you said last year, and I've clipped this down to sort of some interesting points, and then we'll follow right through with what your predictions are for this year, and whether you want to do that live or play a clip is fine. But we won't comment on it until the very end in the Q&A. I want to move this fairly quickly along. So let me start first of all. We'll see what Mr. Huey has to say on what he said about last year in Windows 12. All right, let's see what he has to say, and we will.
Okay, my predictions for 2024. Windows will continue. Windows 10 is still going to be very strong this year, as well as Windows 11. There's been a lot of talk about Windows 12. I think Windows 12 is going to be, when it comes out, it's either going to be Windows 11-2024, Windows 11 AI, Windows 2024, or Windows 12 AI. So we'll have to see what they call it, but there will be a new version of Windows this year. The other thing is in AI, and we probably are all going to mention something about AI. The few things that I have is, one, there's going to be a lot of medical breakthroughs because of AI. There's a lot of talk that they're doing a lot of research in different cancers, that they might be able, if they can't find cures for them, at least they're going to find some medicines that will help either get people through them, or will help curtail or help stop the cancer at the point that they're at. There's AI generated newscast and programming. Channel 1 News will be coming out right after the first of the year, and it is entirely done with AI. All of the newscasters will be AI. All the news will be produced via AI. That's definitely going to happen. You're going to see more powerful computers to handle the AI, and there's going to be less venture capital or VC available. The companies have been funding a lot of the apps, and they're going to start easing down on it. Companies are going to have trouble getting venture capital, and you're going to see more and more of them either merging or disappearing in general. And then also the cost of AI will go down. I'm already seeing that where they're giving slashes in the subscription fees, having them because they're having trouble getting people to support them with the high fees that they're trying to get us to pay. And so they're bringing it down to see if they can get people at a cheaper price. But also, so the subscriptions will be cheaper, but also their costs are going to be going down as the technology gets better. And then as a final point, which doesn't fit into either of those two, I'm seeing a lot of articles on the retirement age will be older. People by choice will be working longer. And so we're going to see more and more of that. And of course, with a lot of the medical breakthroughs that we'll see through AI, people are going to live longer. So you're going to have a lot of people willing to work longer to keep money coming in. And that's it for me.
All right.
I got some of it right.
Some of them right. Yeah, you did. Okay. What have you got for us today?
Well, let's take a look. The term AI agent will become increasingly popular. As AI technology continues to advance, we'll see a rise in sophisticated systems capable of independent action and decision making. These systems, often referred to as AI agents, will play a crucial role in various fields from customer service and personal assistance to complex scientific research and industrial automation. Think batch file for AI. The term AGI will become increasingly popular. I anticipate that the term artificial general intelligence, or AGI, referring to AI with human-level intelligence and consciousness, will gain significant traction in the public discourse and academic discussions next year. As research in AI progresses rapidly, the possibility of AGI, while still largely theoretical, will become a more frequent topic of conversation, sparking debates about its potential benefits, its risks, and ethical implications. And thirdly, AI integration deepens in Windows. Get ready for Windows to become even smarter. Imagine AI assistants that predict your needs, like suggesting a file you might want next, or automatically adjusting settings for the best performance. Plus, AI will make Windows super secure by spotting and stopping threats before they even happen. There we go.
Good predictions. I think I agree with all of them. That's a good one, Huey. I think you got it. I think you're going to nail it. I think it's right. Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing a session on what AGI is, and also one on what an AI agent is.
Okay. Excellent. Let's see what Bob had to say.
Bob is silent. That's unusual.
Okay, generative AI will become more accessible and powerful, enabling users to create novel content such as images, videos, music, text, and code with minimal human input. Cybersecurity will be a central pillar of any technology strategy, as cyber attacks will become more frequent and sophisticated. Businesses will need to invest in advanced tools and practice to protect their data, systems, and reputation from hackers, ransomware, phishing, and other threats. Cybersecurity will also involve building trust and transparency with customers, partners, and regulators. Quantum computing will make significant progress, unlocking new possibilities and solving complex problems and accelerating innovation. Quantum computers use quantum bits or qubits, which can exist in superpositions of two states, allowing them to perform multiple calculations simultaneously. Quantum computing will have applications in fields such as cryptography, artificial intelligence, chemistry, and physics. Smarter devices and personalized technology. Every device will become more intelligent, adapting to user preferences and anticipating their needs. Except context-aware services, smartphone, smart homes, and wearables will all use AI to understand the user's context and adjust settings or recommendations accordingly. And lastly, proactive assistance. Devices will anticipate user needs and proactively offer assistance, like suggesting routes based on traffic conditions or reminding users to take their medications. Personalized interfaces. User interfaces will adapt to individual preferences and disabilities, making technology more accessible and inclusive. So AI is going to be the predominant I don't want to call it a product, but the service that will expand more than anything else during the coming year. And that's it for me.
All right. Okay. Bob, what's up for this year?
Let's get into it.
As we approach 2025, several emerging trends and developments are poised to significantly impact cybersecurity, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and senior benefits. Here are 10 key predictions to anticipate in the coming year. AI-driven cyber attacks and defenses. Cybercriminals are expected to increasingly exploit AI to launch more advanced attacks, such as AI-powered phishing and ransomware, which will surpass traditional defenses. To counter this, organizations will leverage AI to drive efficiency and accuracy in threat detection and mitigation, enabling targeted intervention through predictive analysis informed by evolving threats. Proliferation of AI in cybersecurity operations. Security operation centers will integrate advanced AI systems to autonomously execute the majority of detection and response workflows, allowing human analysts to focus on complex strategic tasks. This shift necessitates transparency and accurate tracking of AI decision-making processes to build trust and ensure compliance. Quantum computing threats and responses. The advancement of quantum computing poses a significant risk to traditional encryption methods. Organizations will need to shift to post-quantum cryptography to safeguard their information, addressing concerns about quantum computing's ability to disrupt current cybersecurity protocols. Expansion of AI in IoT devices. The integration of AI with IoT devices, known as the Artificial Intelligence of Things, AIoT, will enhance data management and analytics, leading to more efficient operations and improved human-machine interactions across various industries. Emergence of AI-enabled personal assistance for seniors. AI-driven personal assistants will become more prevalent.
offering seniors personalized support in daily activities, health monitoring, and social engagement, thereby enhancing their quality of life and independence. Increased focus on AI energy consumption. The growing development of AI workloads has led to a surge in data centers consuming massive amounts of power. In 2025, there will be increased attention on the energy impact of AI, including its use of cybersecurity, with efforts to develop energy-efficient AI models and quantum-based AI frameworks. Advancements in AI governance and ethics. As AI systems become more integrated into various sectors, establishing robust governance frameworks and ethical guidelines will be crucial to ensure responsible AI development and deployment, addressing concerns related to bias, transparency, and accountability. Development of AI-powered healthcare devices. The medical field will see an increase in AI-powered devices that assist in diagnostics, treatment selection, and risk predictions, improving patient outcomes and streamlining healthcare processes. However, this also raises concerns about data privacy and the need for robust regulatory frameworks. Growth in AI in cloud engineering. Integrating AI into cloud engineering will enhance data collection and management, improve performance and efficiency through digital management, and automate repetitive processes, benefiting various professional fields. Introduction of AI-driven humanoid robots. Companies like Tesla are expected to begin limited production of lifelike autonomous robots, such as the Optimus humanoid robot, which could perform tasks traditionally done by humans, including those in aged care, manufacturing, and hazardous labor, potentially reducing operating costs and driving economic growth. These developments indicate a transformative year ahead, with AI and cybersecurity advancements playing pivotal roles across various sectors, including significant enhancements in senior care and benefits. That's a wrap for my look into the 2025 crystal ball. Stay safe, stay secure, and we'll know by next year how well I did. Have you started your journey with AI? If not, why not? What are you waiting for?
Thanks, Bob. Good thoughts, and I have a bunch of questions for you, but we'll leave those, of course, until the Q&A. All right, let's have a look and see what Ray had to say. If I can find Ray here, should be after Bob. Here we are. Let's come back here. All right. Oops. Back a bit, just a bit. There we go.
Well, I kind of expected everyone to have something to say about AI, so I chose not to. So, but my first choice is one Bob covered, but I'm going to cover it as well, and because I think he's right there about quantum computing. This advanced form of computing has been talked about in recent years, but I predict we'll be hearing much more about it in 2024. Terms, and Bob used this term, qubit quality will be mentioned, and it's going to affect really key industries, finance, pharmaceuticals, any regulated business. They're already considering the potential impact of quantum computing. Now, there's good news and bad news, like most things in life. The good news is that quantum computing will have the ability to solve problems that computers we use today are not capable of. The bad news is they will have the ability to break the strongest encryption codes, as well as, so this needs to really be addressed by world leaders as well as leaders in industry to come to some kind of solution that makes sense for all of us. The second grouping is 3D printing. Again, 3D printing technology has been around for several years, but mostly on a relatively small basis where these printers can magically produce small plastic parts. We've probably seen things like that at local libraries. But I predict 2024 will see a dramatic increase in the housing and building industry, as well as the automotive and aerospace industries. It's the move to large-scale printing is really about to accelerate. So in 2023, there was a forum called the Forum Next forum held in Austin, Texas. It was first in a series of events to drive the industrial 3D printing innovation and growth. And the forum website itself states, the focus is on introducing product technology, process innovations, and business strategies for applying additive manufacturing to make high-value end-use production parts. And then the third area I'm going to focus on a little bit today for my prediction is nuclear fusion. Now imagine having the ability to generate more electricity than it takes to run the equipment creating the electricity, and doing this in such a way that eliminates the carbon footprint that we have when we use fossil fuels. So this is the potential of nuclear fusion. It does not emit carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So I predict that continuing in 2024, more emphasis will be placed on different forms of using nuclear energy to create a long-term source of low carbon electricity.
Ray, I think you nailed it on all three. You're a star. You're rock star. You got all three.
Well, you made us promise, Ron, that we wouldn't look at what we said last year. So
Yeah.
I did not. And as I'm looking at what I said last year, I'm realizing I'm saying some of the same things this year.
Oh, well, okay. All right. Well, that's fine. But I mean, you did a good job. All right, let's see what you have to say.
All right, let's see, make this work. Boom, screen.
Okay, good morning, Tech for Senior. These are my 2025 predictions. By next year, at this time, AI and machine learning will pretty much be in most aspects of our daily lives. I see healthcare and finance as two industries having a significant impact for consumers. For example, AI will help with detecting diseases like cancer at early stages, and expect to see AI-generated personalized financial advice. Quantum computing, with its ability to do complex calculations at speeds we can't even imagine, will begin to benefit industries such as pharmaceuticals. You will hear the term quantum encryption, which experts believe could eliminate many of the risks associated with cyber attacks. Now, IoT, or the Internet of Things, will continue to grow with the evolution of smart homes, with a focus on systems that monitor energy consumption and security. The next step will be smart communities, where IoT will assist with traffic control and pollution reduction. Now, most of us have become used to the benefits of 5G technology with our smartphones. I predict that starting in 2025, you will begin to hear more about 6G on the horizon. Complete implementation won't occur until the end of this decade, but you can expect speeds up to 100 times faster than 5G, with more involvement in IoT. The proliferation of autonomous vehicles, in other words, driverless automobiles, will be more prevalent and significant. Waymo, a subsidiary of Google's parent Alphabet, already has these cars in use in Phoenix, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Riders can use the Waymo One app to hail a ride without a human driver in the front seat. The list of cities will expand in 2025 as people become more comfortable with the concept of a non-human driving them around town. Lastly, space exploration. The last manned moon landing was Apollo 17, a mission more than 50 years ago in 1972. It has become more than disappointing for me that in my lifetime, NASA has chosen not to move forward with more manned missions to the moon and beyond. I have been glad to see private companies form a partnership with government agencies to change that, with future missions involving the moon and even Mars. And maybe some of them will take place later in 2025. That's my predictions. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Ray. Very interesting. Yes, we'll talk a lot about that this year. 6G is certainly on the horizon and lots of interesting things there. Thanks a lot. All right, now Bill, let's see what happens to let's see what happened to Bill and let's see what he said last year.
Well, this year I'm not going to be nearly as close as I was in last time, but these are my predictions, and they're not in any order, but I think they're trending for 2024. One is AI robotics. Smart devices are here to stay, and I think we'll see more in AI incorporated into these devices. So I would agree with Bob. Um, Also, the augmented and extended reality, with Apple introducing its Apple Vision Pro this year, it's going to define how we work, learn, play, and shop and connect with our world. And I think we'll see more of those type of devices coming from other vendors and manufacturers. 3D printers, I think they had a slow start because of the expense, and also I think the complexity of the software. But I predict that those are going to become more common in a consumer usage. And I think we're going to even see businesses prop up that will sell their services. Currently, you can go to the library here in my state, or at least my city, and use a 3D printer. But I think that's going to improve. They're going to become faster, more affordable, and easier to use. Another thing that's on the horizon is called robotic process automation, or RPA. And it uses software to automate business processes like interpreting applications, processing transactions, dealing with data, and responding to emails. So that's going to be a type of automation that you'll see in the business world. And I talked about Matter before. I still don't think it's caught on like it has been predicted. But I think as manufacturers update their IoT devices, they'll be incorporating this protocol into those devices. I think electric vehicles, EVs, will be cheaper and more affordable models will become available. And we're seeing this already, that the prices are
Voice is not recognized.
getting down to the $35,000 range. I think battery technology will be improved. Batteries are going to have more range, perhaps become lighter weight, and a lot of improvements in that area. So those are my predictions for 2024. Well, I haven't really changed a lot, but my thoughts about future tech trends, predicting which technologies will be the most influential a couple years from now always involves a bit of informed speculations. But based on current trends and investments, here are my 6 areas most likely to dominate headlines and shape industries in 2025. Generative AI and advanced machine learning. Why it will trend is because of the explosion of use cases, from realistic text generation to image video synthesis. Generative AI is already transforming creative industries, software development, customer service, and more. Models are becoming smaller and faster. For instance, fine-tuned large language models, Edge AI, which allows more companies and even individual developers to leverage AI without massive infrastructure cost. AI-driven automation will expand in manufacturing, healthcare, finance, and logistics, boosting productivity and lowering operational cost. Number 2, extended reality, or XR. In context of AR, which is augmented reality, VR, which is virtual reality, and MR stands for mixed reality. And why that will trend is because the next generation of AR, VR headsets, such as those that have been teased by big tech companies, will offer more immersive experiences and more natural interactions. Major companies such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Apple are at the forefront of AR innovation. These companies are pushing the boundaries of AR with wearable technology, immersive experiences, small devices that integrate AR into everyday life, further accelerating its mainstream adoption. 5G impact on AR VR because the 5G technology will significantly impact AR and VR by providing low latency and high-speed connections. This will enable real-time customer support, seamless collaboration, and immersive product demonstration. Again, we're going to talk about number 3, quantum computing advancements. And why that's going to be trend is because companies like IBM and Google, IonQ, and others are steadily increasing the number of qubits in their quantum processors, pushing closer to quantum advantage. In quantum computing, a qubit or quantum bit is a basic unit of quantum information. Quantum algorithms will likely revolutionize cryptography, both attacking classical encryption and introducing post-quantum cryptographic methods. Drug recovery, material science, and complex optimization problems. Both government and private institutions are pouring significant funds into quantum research, which many breakthroughs expected in 2025. Number 4, 6G and next-gen connectivity. Why that will trend is that while 5G continues to roll out globally, research on the next generation, 6G, is already underway, promising speeds 10 to 100 times faster than 5G and ultra-low latency. The growing number of connected devices and sensors requires faster, more reliable networks. 6G could support massive machine-type communications and real-time analytics, enabling new applications, immersive metaverse experiences, autonomous vehicles, remote surgeries, and advanced robotics all benefit from high speeds and near zero latency. Number 5, blockchain and Web3 evolution. Why that will trend is that the decentralized of applications such as in finance, gaming, and supply chain will keep driving innovation. Large organizations, especially in finance and logistics, are exploring private and public blockchain solutions for secure, transparent transaction records. Beyond cryptocurrencies, tokenization of real estate, art, carbon credits, and other assets is already underway, streamlining fractional ownership and trading. Number 6, battery breakthroughs. More efficient, longer-lasting batteries are not only fueling the electric vehicle market, but it's also enhancing energy storage solutions across sectors. And why that will trend is that scientists have developed a biological inspired membrane that could quintuple the charge capacity of electric car batteries, thereby massively increasing the range. A research team has also developed a sodium battery with greatly extended longevity. Researchers have designed a stable lithium metal solid state battery that can be charged and discharged at least 10,000 times, 4 more cycles than had previously been demonstrated. So looking ahead, by 2025, we're likely to see a deeper convergence among technologies. For instance, generative AI running on quantum-inspired hardware or blockchain-secured data enabling automated machine-to-machine transactions in the IoT space. While predictions are never guaranteed, the massive R&D investment and market interest in these 6 areas make them strong contenders for the most impactful tech trends in the near future.
Thanks, Bill. A lot on quantum computing. Talk about that, I guess, in the QN, but lots of information. Let's see what Chris had to say last year.
first I have to change hats so that I can get my prediction engine spun up here. And secondly, I want to just say that I took Ron's information to heart to say that we needed to get more specific. So I do a lot deeper dive down to details than anybody has so far. But I do have a few. Number one, I say that cloud storage is going to get cheaper, and my specific prediction is that Google will add a 1 terabyte for $35 a year by third quarter of 2024. I told you I'm getting specific here.
Okay.
Secondly, I have a bunch of little ones on Google Photos. I will get my album categories that I have been asking for years, and searching for an album while adding photos, one of my pet peeves. Starring multiple selected photos in an album, you can't do that now. You should be able to. 2024 is the year.
Yeah.
And sorting an album by file name, you can't do that. Auto deleting, getting rid of duplicates. That has been the number one request. 2024 is the year. And this one is actually a biggie, including metadata like descriptions when you download photos. They're gonna figure that out this year. And that applies to takeout also. Takeout will become actually usable this year. You will be able to get all your photos downloaded out of your Google Photos in a usable format. All right, so that's it for Google Photos specifically. Now, smartphone photography in general, I say by the end of the 2023, you will not be using any editing tools for just making your photo look better. I predict that there will be an option, just a checkbox, to auto enhance every photo before saving. It might not even be in Google Photos. It might be in your camera settings. And last, by mid-year of 2023, I predict that the US will have an official digital currency, not Bitcoin, a central bank digital currency run by the Federal Reserve that would allow anyone to have an account, no minimum. Transactions would be instant and global, and not Bitcoin. I do have one more. And that is tax preparation. I think AI will be doing our taxes, even in 2023, the simple taxes. And I'm not talking TurboTax. I'm talking just Excel and Google Sheets with the companion AI that will ask you the questions to prepare your return and prepare it for you. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Okay, Chris, the problem with being specific is you can be wrong, right?
I was dead wrong on every single one of those.
All right, you're the
Yeah.
expert. So what have you got for us this year? Are you going to be more of a generalist?
Yeah, I think so. In fact, my predictions for 2025, and I also had the wrong year on those slides, right? I have no slides. I'm going to say my predictions for 2025 mirror some of the things have already been said. It's all about AI. But I have one word for you. Agent. Agent. Kind of like in The Graduate when they said plastics. I think agent, and some others have already mentioned this, will be the word for 2025, meaning that AI will raise to the level, the AI chatbots, not of just giving you responses, but actually doing stuff for you. Now, I don't mean making coffee or cleaning the house. I mean, let's say Google Photos. AI has been a part of Google Photos since the beginning, and you can ask it, show me all the photos of Jim and me kayaking. But if you want to make that into an album and then send it to somebody, you have to know the software tools to do that. Well, I think we're going to get closer to Star Trek now. Can you imagine Captain Kirk asking the computer, I want to send an album of kayak photos to so-and-so, and the computer coming back and saying, well, here are your photos. Now you know the software tools to make an album and send it, right? No. So there will be agents built in to Google Photos, for example. All you have to do is say, make me an album of these pictures and send to so and so. So that's my prediction there, agent. And generally it means that software will go away. No need to have software tools if the AI can just do what you ask it to do. I do have one more, and it's general AI. And regarding things like ChatGPT, Copilot, Perplexity, I think that Google's offering, Gemini, will start rising to the top of these choices. Number one, it really is getting better every day. I love it. But number two is that Apple's offering AI, Apple Intelligence, is only available on iPhone 15 pluses and higher. All the people that have lower iPhones can use Google Gemini. I think that's going to give it a leg up. 2025, whatever happens, it's going to be wild.
All right, well done. Okay, agree with all of those. Those are good predictions. Let's see what Jim had to say last year.
I think there will be some cure for another debilitating disease like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. Battery life and weight, as Bill said, there's going to be a breakthrough where people are going to be able to have much smaller, lighter batteries, and that is going to make a tremendous change in so many technologies. I think satellite phones will be more widely available, direct to satellite on your cell phone. So I think it's already being announced. Induction charging for cars on the roadways. I think it's already started. And I think Elon is going to sell his X platform and the buyer is going to rename it to Twitter. Those are my predictions.
All right. Okay, Jim.
Okay. Well, I was right about the satellites and cellular, and I think that will continue. AI is just going to be the big thing, but it's going to be a lot about privacy and security, especially this year on both sides, the good guys and the bad guys, as Bob had said. Robotic surgery is something that I've been reading about, and it's intriguing because the robots are learning from videos and they're being trained by surgeons as helpers, not autonomous performing open heart surgery quite yet, but it's coming along. The blockchain stuff that Bill had mentioned, absolutely, that's going to be even more so this year. Chris was wrong with the Bitcoin. We'll see. It's at 92 now. Energy production, I think, is going to be something that is going to be changing, and it has to. They have to have energy that is easily accessible and inexpensive. So that's coming along, and it's not going to be oil. Quantum computing, I think, is still out there. It's not going to happen this year. I predict that it will not happen in 2025 at a large, they're going to be working on it. They're absolutely working on it. But I think they're making more money on the funding about learning about it than they are actually in getting something functional out there. Those are my predictions.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Let's see what I had to say last year. My three predictions are the following. I think that the first one is regarding Chromebooks. I did a video about this, and with the Chromebook Plus coming out, what we're going to see in 2024 is more AI incorporated into Chromebooks. The problem is going to be, as I think that the reason they brought out the Chromebook Plus standard is that probably the AI is only going to work in the Chromebook Plus. So we're now going to have two categories of Chromebooks, which I think will be confusing. That's the negative part. The positive part will be I really welcome AI that we can use in our Chromebooks. It's going to be lots of fun and lots of things to talk about, but it will be confusing. The second thing is an article we're going to talk about on their Thursday show is that OpenAI has an investment of $78 billion, $78 billion it's worth. But last year it only made $67,000. That didn't make any money because it's a nonprofit organization. And that had a lot to do with Sam Altman and the recent things that happened. I expect that this is going to change and we're going to see significant increases in the price of AI as they start to recapture some of their costs. And the third thing is 4 more cable companies went under this morning in the news. And I think that by the time I give this talk again in a year's time, very few people will be actually using cable TV anymore because they're almost all gone now. And I think this will be the last year of cable TV. So those are my 3 predictions. We'll see how they work out. All right. Excuse me. Just a minute. So my 3 predictions for this, excuse me, for 2025 will be, first one will be on Chromebooks again. There was an announcement this year about Chrome OS and Android. Google is going to be combining those 2 operating systems. I think this will change Chromebooks. I think that you'll see a big change in what a Chromebook is as that occurs. And I think that this is going to shake up the industry. Already there's fewer Chromebooks being sold, and I think you'll see that there'll be fewer manufacturers wanting to build and produce Chromebooks because there will be a new device coming out that will be a combination of Chrome OS and Android, and Google already has announced this. So big changes coming in the Chromebook world. I think that 2025, Microsoft, I'm not going to get into the Windows 10, 11 issue. We've talked to that. I believe it will occur as we've discussed. Most people will have to change by October. But what this year will be the year of hardware. I think that we will see huge changes in, let's say, NVIDIA in their new RTX 50 hardware coming out. We'll see AMD has got their RX 9000 and Intel will all be producing some pretty incredible hardware to power the new generation of PCs this year. So I'm going to call 2025 the year of hardware. I think we're going to see all sorts of exciting things with that. The third thing will happen is, as you know, Google got found guilty in August of running a monopoly. And I believe that Google Chrome will be in the final when Judge Mehta will give his final decision. I suspect the recommendation will be that Chrome will be separated. Google Chrome browser will be separated from Google. Now, how will this affect us? Well, who cares, right? Well, it will, because I think that you're going to see more Google Chrome. Those of us who use a lot, you're going to see it's going to be different. And that always adds complexity. And we saw that when Facebook went through this. And so there will be a lot of changes in Google Chrome coming this summer. Oh, and just the last thing for those of you who I always like to give my cable TV predictions. In the first in the fourth quarter isn't announced yet, but in the first 3 quarters of this year, 5.6 million people in the United States ditched cable TV. So there may be a few of you still using it, but it is going away fast. All right, those are my 4 predictions. We will talk about that a little bit later on Q&A. I'm going to say goodbye to our group over on Facebook, or sorry, over on YouTube. Thank you we've got an extended show today, but what the heck, we have fun once a year. And so we're going to get into Ray's music now. And don't forget our premiere version that's coming up. All right, Ray, just before we get going, I'm just going to stop the live stream, which should be fine. So take it away.
Okay, let's hope my voice holds out. Okay, the best named movie to watch on New Year's Eve. Now, if you're like me, now that I'm in my senior years, I prefer to stay home on New Year's Eve and watch a movie rather than having to deal with those who may be on the road after taking in too many alcoholic drinks that evening. So, what better movie to watch on December 31 than one titled New Year's Eve? This movie is a romantic comedy from 2011 with an impressive Hollywood cast that includes Halle Berry, Jessica Biel, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, Ashton Kutcher, and Sarah Jessica Parker. It's set in New York City on New Year's Eve, not so much of a surprise, and follows several interconnected stories of people experiencing problems and resolutions. Now, Lea Michele is an American actress, singer, and songwriter born in 1986 in my hometown, the Bronx, New York. She began her career as a child actress on Broadway, appearing in productions like Les Miserables and Spring Awakening. She also gained widespread recognition for her role as Rachel Berry in the TV series Glee from 2009 to 2015. She continues to be active in both music and acting, recently starring in the Broadway revival of Funny Girl as Fanny Brice. Now, in the movie, Lea Michele plays the role of Elise, an aspiring singer whose character appears in what many have called a memorable scene where she sings Auld Lang Syne during the countdown to midnight, and that is what I've chosen for my last song choice of 2024. So if you like to watch this lighthearted, feel-good movie that captures the excitement and chaos of New Year's Eve in the Big Apple, it's available to stream on Amazon Prime Video for $3.99. It's also available on Hulu and Apple TV. Now, here's a memory test for you. Who recalls what I played on the final episode of Tech for Senior in the year 2020? Actually, it was more of a history lesson titled New Year's Eve Explained, describing the origins of the Scottish song Auld Lang Syne. So, for old time's sake, pun intended, I've included the link to that video for those who would like to take a refresher course. Happy New Year and the best in 2025 to all my friends on Tech for Senior. New Year's Eve is the name of the movie. Not hard to remember.
I think I'm going to watch it, Ray.
Good. Enjoy it. I did. I watched it already. It's fun.
And then you can stream it off of, is it Netflix or Prime?
Prime. But there is a charge. It's not free.
Yeah, that's okay. But I can watch it earlier because we go to bed about 8. All right. Excellent. Thanks for it. All right. I want to thank everyone for coming. Of course, it's been a little bit, it's been a long show today, but I thought I think it's been very interesting. And of course, we'll see how all the predictions work out next year when we play this again. But the really important thing is that we're all here, we're all healthy, and we're all able to do this, and we'll hopefully all be here again, the same group again next year when we can do this again. So I think that's the most important part of the whole thing. And we look forward to season 6 as we move ahead. If there is any questions, let's put your hand up. We did have a question in the chat about what exactly is quantum computing. And before Bob explains that, I would tell you that we did cover in the show, on our Thursday show, Google made a discovery this year, one of the Google scientists that works on quantum computing, and there was a stumbling block. There's a key to this whole thing to make it work, which needed to be overcome before this really moved forward, and they solved that problem. So that was the big announcement this year, and that's why everybody's so positive on quantum computing. Bob, in 2 words or less, can you explain what quantum computing is?
To totally explain it, I'd have to be a scientist, but quantum computing uses qubits. That's things to the umpteenth power. Right now, we can only do things well, let's put it this way. If you do computing now, you're limited, okay, to X power. Quantum computing just amplifies that to such an extent that right now, if you had a password that was umpteen in characters and length, it will take a computer such a amount of time. If quantum computing comes into effect and actually works, those passwords don't work anymore because they would solve the password in a fraction of a second. So quantum computing is able to break encryption as we know it right now. and we have to come up with something else. We'll actually have to use qubits to make passwords more secure, or come up with something else that these super can't guess.
Right, including passkeys, because passkeys are, in fact,
Yes.
a mathematical equation, which, of course, quantum computers could solve.
So it has its good side. It also has its bad side.
Indeed. Any other questions? Well, we're almost out of time. So thank you so much for coming, everyone. I wish you a happy new year, and we will see everybody in about a week, or maybe don't forget our Thursday show.
See you
Bye now.
next year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yep, Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year.